Hi, guys. Welcome to the Fitness Nugget podcast, where we inspire and we educate you on mindset, movement, and nutrition. I'm Coach Fungai, and this is
Coach David. Looking forward to educating you over the coming months and giving you all of our nuggets to help you achieve the body of your dreams. Once again, I'm Coach David.
And guys, I'm Coach Fungai, and this is the Fitness Nugget podcast.
Let's get into this. Cool. Right. Anyway, so Fungai, it is summertime right now. And I thought it'd be a great topic that we can kind of go over of how to survive the summer. Now, I'm sure, like myself, you've obviously got quite a fair few clients that are busy professionals, parents, and thinking, what am I going to do going on holiday? Got the kids around and stuff. You know, this is a topic that comes up so often each year, and it's how do we tackle it? So, have you had this one pop up?
Absolutely. So I think we should definitely jump into it. So first of all, you know what? It's all about surviving. And one thing I had in mind, I was like, hey, what are we in right now? We're in July. We're about to enter August. Guess what, guys? It's going to be active August. How do we get you active and get you outside and get you moving a little bit more? Whether that's going to the gym or whether that's engaging in other exercising, like other sporting and other activities, we're going to discuss small tactics that you could utilize to benefit yourself, whether that's even taking out the dog, for example. So, David, where do we begin?
Yeah, I mean, look, this is a thing, right? Where I hear people say, "Oh, I can't make it to the gym." There's so many ways that you can work around this. All right. So the ways that I would be looking at it is, yeah, we can obviously be focusing on getting our steps in. If you're going on holiday, guess what? The likely chances are you are more than likely going to be going out for getting quite a lot of steps in. You might be going on an active holiday where you've probably got exertions that are going around. So again, you're going to be doing a lot of walking, a lot of sightseeing. You'll end up probably going in a pool. Again, you're moving a lot more, so you're in the pool anyway. There's so many things, and when you've got your kids, gosh, come on, I'm a father of two, and when it comes down to kids keeping you on your toes, there's nothing more than moving around the amount that they get you moving about. So you want to use children to your advantage rather than a disadvantage. I don't know if there's anything you'd like to cover a little bit more there.
Absolutely, man. For me, it's simple. When I go see my nephews and my nieces, we're always trying to get them out. And the best thing is, I think I just treat them, you know what? I don't even know if it's a bad thing or a good thing, but kids are just like dogs, if you think about it. You just need to get them out and they're going to have fun. They need an open space, get out, have fun with them, do something active, get involved. And you know what? They actually enjoy it a little bit more. In other words, and you get to spend a little bit of time and actually get to know them a little bit better, and they get to know you a little bit better. Do you know what I mean? And what's incredible as well is once you even do that, when it comes to even making things or creating food, for example, by getting them kids involved, you actually get them laboring, which then they feel like, okay, I've labored, so I feel like I should taste some of my, my hard labor. And this is where you can kind of, get them involved and they can now start to love and enjoy food and actually get more creative and understand nutrition a bit more brightful and better.
Yeah, love it. Love it. But it's like even today, like I knew I needed to get some work done, right?
Hmm.
And around my way, there's a new soft play that's opened up, and they've got like a membership that you can get your kids.
Yeah.
Use it unlimited as many times as you want. I thought, "Oh, okay, I'm using this to my advantage." So I was like, "Kids, do you want to go soft play today?" They're like, "Yeah." Awesome. That means I can take my laptop down. I can get some work done. You get to
You
go
should have been getting involved.
having
Listen, you should have been getting involved with the kids. I said I'm getting my work done.
fun.
This is what they're going to be like. When kids are in school, right? I remember back when I was in school, and you'd be like, okay, if you're falling behind on your work, for example, you're going to be put in the naughty class, or and say, okay, he needs to, like it's like a special class they used to put you in, for example, so you can catch up because you're a little bit slow, for example. Now, the kids are going to be thinking, Daddy, how come you're always taking your work with you wherever we go? So, this is where the fine line, David, I think guys as well, really think about it sometimes. Know when to play and don't play when you're meant to be working.
All right. So this is where I'm going to cut you right there, buddy. Right? Because tomorrow we've got a family day out. No work whatsoever. So I'm not working on Friday. I'm not working Saturday.
But you sacrifice the play.
Oh, sorry. I am working a bit Saturday. Sorry. I'm not working Friday. I'm working Saturday.
Kids.
But I'm not working Sunday. And I don't think I'm working Monday either. So I've actually got a 3-day weekend myself there planned. So yeah, we do have some things set there, which is quite nice.
Well, at least you know what? While we're on that point as well, talking about scheduling. So I'm a big believer, and I use a planner. So same way I do with my training, I say, okay, I'm going to commit. How many times can I actually? You know what? How many times can I commit to training? So I look at the week and I say, okay, I can do Monday, Tuesday, I can do Thursday, Friday, or I can rotate those days. It doesn't matter. But as long as I keep the sequence and I can manage to get my 4 workouts and I have a days of rest in between, it's all fine. So once I've committed to that, I then look at my schedule and I say, okay, how much time do I have available within my calendar based on my work schedule and my personal schedule? Then I input that into my productive diary. So now this gives me an overview, so I can kind of see what I've got available. And where I got this kind of idea, for example, I was listening to Stephen, what's his name? Stephen Bartlett?
Stephen Bartlett, yeah.
Stephen Bartlett. I remember he said something about you got 24 chips in a day, so use them wisely. So think of these like your hours. You've got let's say you're sleeping 8 hours. You're like, okay, you lost 8 hours. Then you're like, okay, cool. How much time are you going to spend cooking or preparing food or in traffic? When you really calculate these things, you start to understand that time is valuable. As I say, time is the royalest commodity, right?
Mm-hmm.
So again, planning ahead, you can now see your overview and say, okay, I'm going to commit, let's say 1 hour. Then your training and everything else you do is based on that. If you're not training like that, for example, and you, depending on how your schedule is built, for example, you could actually kickstart off just by saying, okay, maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm going to go and do something, an activity. Or again, as simple as wherever your step goal is, if you're using a tracker or a smartwatch, if you haven't, I would recommend getting a Fitbit. It doesn't have to be expensive. And you can actually track it. I look at my steps, then I try to work on that and use percentages to improve my movement or to make sure that I'm, aiming for the right goal. So what you could do, guys, have a look where you currently are with your step goal. Then try to increase that by 20%. So again, this is more specific directly to you as an individual. Yeah. What do you think about that, David?
I love that. And as you're talking about that, I just had a notification reminder on my watch saying 119 steps left for this hour because I've been sat down doing this.
Well, I've done 10,000 steps. I trained today. I did say I'm going to go for a walk, which I bloody well will. I think after this, definitely going to have my dinner. And I'm going to get out. I'm a man of my word, and I said I will make sure I get my 15k steps daily. So I'm on it. So guys, you got to be committed.
I was going to say I'm well behind. I've not even hit 5,000 steps yet today. We're 10 to 9 in the evening. I'm telling you, I'm going to hit my 10,000 steps today. I'm also going to the gym after this podcast as well. So yeah, I've had a busy day with clients today, and also then balancing looking after the kids and stuff, which is yeah, I'm going to get some playtime. But tomorrow, that's going to be an enjoyable family day. I'm looking forward to that.
Well, look at that, man. See, there you got 2 different there. You got the lion, which was up early. I was up early, nice and bright, got everything done, did my training. Now, you know what? I can kind of take the gas pedal off. And you know what? Even now, I've done 10K. Yeah, I could actually say, you know what? I'll make up more tomorrow. But you know what? Forget about tomorrow. I'm all about the present. So, you know what? The grind goes on. Let's go.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But you got Coach David. night owl. Don't worry, some people, they'll still get it in. But you know what? The main thing is the same thing I always say to myself. Even if I said to myself, I'm going to work out on Monday or if it's Tuesday or doesn't matter what day it's meant to be. If it's meant to be in the morning and I've scheduled it, then something's come up and I've ended up not doing it. Guess what? I'm going to do it in the afternoon. And if I can't do it in the afternoon because I can't be asked or something's come up or I'm just feeling lazy, guess what? I still make sure, like, okay, mate, get it done. So I make sure that my mindset is on point first, to make sure that I can actually make sure that I can produce and do the things that I need to get done for that day. So again, guys, stay committed and just make sure you stay true to your word and stay true to yourself.
Yeah, 100%. It's the thing, like, don't think because you're listening to us coaches, don't think that we don't think like you at times, that you might think, I can't be bothered though, because guys, it's 8 minutes to 9 at night here for us.
Yeah.
I can't be bothered going to the gym tonight, but it has to be done. It's one of those things because for me, I have my days. I do a 3 day a week, and if I get a fourth, then that's lucky. But during the summer holidays and when it comes down to half terms and stuff, school holidays in general, I normally focus on Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, are my days of normally training. And if I can get a fourth workout in, fantastic. If not, my aim is to hit 3, with an optional fourth. And when it's a normal work week, I try and go for like yourself, Fungi. Either I normally try and go for like Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Works out quite well that way.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like you set yourself a commitment, and like you need to make sure that you set these things in your diary. So you want to treat your training, you want to treat your exercise like an appointment with a client. You want to turn around to a client and say, "Oh, sorry, I can't make it," because that just seems unprofessional, doesn't it? So why should you looking after your life be any different? And you've got to think, there's a reason why you started this journey in the first place. And if you're going to fob it off, you fob it off once, you can fob it off again. You've got to hold yourself accountable. And that's why I may not necessarily want to go to the gym tonight, but it closes at 10:30, so I've got to make sure I do get myself down there before 9:30 to get my hour workout. I mean, I'll probably get it done in 45 minutes, but you got to make sure you keep yourself accountable and you hold yourself down to these things, and tell people around you, because that will help you keep yourself accountable.
Yeah, I know what accountability is a big part. And this is where, again, community comes in, even for ourselves, like even with me and my clients in our Facebook group. Try and make sure I've created something where to make sure that we've got a community in place where we can kind of discuss things and support each other. And again, even on my Instagram, it's looking at trying to just produce content that's going to go out there and actually help people, educate them. Get one step further than they currently were. And if you can move that needle one step each time and keep moving forward, you're always going to be winning. And remember, the name of the game is progressive overload. And for me, this is what I say and I believe, and I say this to everyone and anyone. Whatever your goal is in terms of if you're in a gym or, this is mainly for people, our audience, who are mainly people looking to reduce body fat, build a bit of muscle and get stronger in the process. No matter what your goal is in the gym, for our audience anyway, those trying to reduce body fat, build muscle and look leaner, yeah, your goal is to go in and get fitter. So if you're looking at cardiovascular machines or any sort of equipment or anything like that, whether that's running, swimming, or anything like that, it's the day you first start it. Are you better in 4 weeks, in 8 weeks, in 12 weeks? Are you improving? You need to be improving. This is where progressive overload comes from. And again, the second one we'll look at will be resistance training. So if you're training in the gym and you're working out, or whether you're working at home, and resistance band, are you increasing the resistance? Are you changing the angles of what you're using? So with that, you need to be adding weight. So it's like, okay, if you were lifting 10 reps with a 10 kilo for bicep curl, and after 4 weeks, you can now lift it for, a 12 kilo or 14 kg for the same amount of reps. That there is progressive overload. So these are the things that are, again, measurements that you're looking for. Resistance training and cardiovascular training. So strength and conditioning for some of those guys that hear those fancy words being thrown around.
Absolutely. And even still, even if it was 10 kilos, like you were saying before, and even if you managed to get like, your first month, you're hitting about 4 sets maybe of like 10 reps. And let's say, for instance, that goes up by an extra rep, so you get 11 reps. That right there again, don't overcomplicate it, people. That is also progressive overload, just getting that one extra rep.
There you go.
I focus on my programming when I'm working with my clients is that we focus on that, and if you always want to keep it as simple as possible. Simplicity is the way forward. And also, it's just making sure that you're following something you can stay consistent with, something you can adhere to. And if you can't, then that's when you need to go back to the drawing board and switch things up. Or, of course, speak to a coach. Me and Fungai here.
We're here, man. Listen, I won't even lie to you. Like, one thing it took me a while to really understand. And bearing in mind, I remember my brother when he was growing up here, when we were still young, I was in college and I was training. I started my boxing and, I was loving it and I was doing everything. My brother was playing football and he was really good. And then he went and got a PT. He said, "Oh, I got a PT, personal trainer." I was like, "Oh, you got a personal trainer?" I said, "Bro, why you got a PT?" Like, I was thinking, "You know how to train. Listen, I know how to train. Listen." You know what I mean? At this time, I hadn't even done my PT qualification or anything like that. I
Yeah,
just assumed, you know what? Well, I pay for something because I thought I already knew it all from that early stage, just because I knew a little bit about lifting, a little bit of, I've seen it, YouTube, and I've seen a few people do it. But you know what? It really took time for me until I became a PT to understand that, you know what, being a coach, I'll say coach because there's a difference, I think, between a PT and not counting reps, but coaching, being able to understand where your client is and meet them there, then take them exactly where they need to go to their destination. But at the same time, being able to advise them, one, give them enough information, then allow them to make the right decision for themselves, bearing in mind with the information they've received. So this is where educating our clients and educating people, I think this is very, very underrated right now. There's a lot of things that I keep seeing online, and I think people are being misled in some ways. I'm not putting any names out there, but I'm just saying, you know what? It's our right and our responsibility as coaches to do our bit in the industry and make sure that we do help the people that are coming out and people that are trying to get fit and anyone who's starting up and needs that support. I don't know. What do you think, David?
there is a lot of misconception that's being pushed around on social media from all these influencers, and it drives me, excuse my language, it drives me up the fucking wall.
They're trying to reinvent the wheel. They're trying to reinvent the wheel. I'm like, a deadlift is a deadlift. You can't be, holding a Hoover doing a backflip while trying to do a deadlift.
I just don't get it. Like, when people also try and like, this is the diet that you should be focusing on and stuff like that. It's like, come on. People selling intermittent fasting plans. Like, really? Guys, like, you've got to look, intermittent fasting is a tool in the toolbox, and you need to think about all of these things as tools in the toolbox. You wouldn't use you wouldn't use a Phillips screwdriver on a flat, would you? On a flat screw. So you need to make sure you use the right tools at the right time that work well for yourself. And just because Sandra in the office did the ketogenic diet doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work well for you. It worked well for her. It fit in her lifestyle. That's fantastic. Happy for her. Well done. But you may have a complete different sort of lifestyle. She probably doesn't have children. You've got children. You're also making dinner for the family. What, are you going to make yourself something different to what your family are eating? No. So just because one thing works for someone, just like with me and Fungi, we might have the same sort of or a similar sort of goal that we're looking to achieve, but I'm going to have a slightly different approach to Fungi, and same vice versa, because we lead different lifestyles. And that's what it ultimately like boils down to.
Yeah, and you know what? I was actually going to say based on that, I focus a lot and on my macros. You know what? You're probably thinking, what are macros? I keep people, even some of my clients have said, I keep hearing people talk about macros. It's like, they sound kind of cool, like, like the people or like a band or something. I'm like, nah, micronutrients. We'll talk about, I think probably in our next podcast, definitely we'll have to be talking about micronutrients and a bit more insight with nutrition and just dig it a little bit deep. Like for me, for example, I try to focus on the amount I need in terms of how much protein does my body require in terms of, to repair my body, to support myself for recovery. And again, remember, protein is essential for a lot of things, for your nails, your hair, your skin. So again, it's vital to make sure we get all these things. And again, carbohydrates, fats, etc. Nothing's bad for you. Too much of anything is bad for you. Too much water will kill you. So again, you know what? Not enough water, again, will kill you. So it's all about fine balance. And ladies
And
and
I was going to say, sorry, and at the same time, too much water will kill you too.
gentlemen, again, you know what? This is what I said. It's like going out on a night out, guys. I say it's not saying do not drink. It's saying just like you're training, you could just plan ahead. Now, drink smart. Now, party smart, drink smart. And this is how I used to do it, and I still do it, and even now. I would think, okay, I'm going to have 4 drinks today. And I'm not really a big drinker anyway. I used to, but kind of cut down. But anyway, that's another story. 4 drinks, I'll say I'll have. So, for example, I'll go maybe pre-drinks, and I might say, okay, I'll have 1 drink. And I'll say, okay, so I've got 3 drinks I can have when I'm out. And I'll make sure, because I'm drinking to enjoy. I'm not drinking to get wasted or, this why get wasted or, whatever people say these days. For me, it's just enjoying the drink. Again, if you enjoy, you endure to keep on, doing it and, treating it and treating yourself with a bit more respect. So again, looking after your body a bit better. Yeah. So for me, I would always say, okay, if I was then going to have 2 drinks, for example, and I got a little bit too excited while I'm out, then I know I've got 2 drinks left. So again, it's just one of those games where it's like, okay, do I want to have more when I'm out or do I want to enjoy more of my pre? But yeah, remember, guys.
I must admit, you take that approach better than I do.
Yeah, but remember, listen, the game is simple. You're gonna have 1 drink. There's always one person that, oh, just have a drink, man, have a drink. 1 turns to 2, 2 turns to 4,
Or
4
4.
and you're on the floor.
I'm the sort of person who goes for really sort of low calorie stuff. So for me, it's always been like a gin and tonic or a vodka and diet coke, something like that.
Yeah, same here. But I think it's regulating how much I'm going to drink. Because for me, I say, you know what, enjoy the drink. Again, it's just saying drink sensibly. Just like anything, it's saying drive.
Don't spill it. Drink sensibly, don't spill it.
Don't spill it, especially in this day and age with everything going on right now. Yeah, the way the economy is going, you definitely don't want to be spilling none of that. I don't think.
Oh no, that drink cost me £3 more.
Oh, listen, I think everything's gone out of the roof, man. I think I was in where was I? I think I was in Sainsbury's, near my house, and I went to get a few bits, and I needed a bit of protein because I'd run out. But I had all my vegetables in the fridge, but I wasn't feeling like team, only veg. So I thought, you know what, let me get my protein. So I went in and I said, I'll get some chicken, I'll get some turkey. I wanted something lean. Currently, I've just been having more like white meat. So whether it was fish or just chicken, so something easy to digest, especially again, guys, it's summer. Actually, here's one, there you go, a little bonus for you. You want food that's easily for you to digest if you're going to eat something. Food like things like red meat and other things like that kind of, even dairy sometimes will slow down. So again, it can affect you in certain ways. So I don't know if you're trying to just keep on the move and you're trying to, keep going, I would probably recommend doing that. But anyways, back to my story. So I got sidetracked there. Yeah, I was in Sainsbury's. It was I was walking down the aisle And as you do, I walk. I looked over and I saw chicken breast, and I was like, no, I'm going for quality. Now, again, you always want to go for quality. So I see free range, you know what I mean, organic, and I'm like, yeah, I'm winning over here. And I look over, and the chicken breasts. Do you know how many chicken breasts were in there, David?
Probably two.
Two. Do you know how much they were?
Probably what, £6?
£6, mate. It was £8 24p for two. I was calculating it like, oh my god, that's about what? Just over £4 per breast. And I was like, nah, mate, it's not happening. Anyways, I look over, and guys, this is where you got to be smart. I see a whole chicken going for £13, and I was like, okay. So I calculate it. I got arms, I got legs, I got breast, bam, bam. I said, okay, I could probably stretch about 6, maybe 7 meals if I do it well. And you know what? I actually managed to stretch out 6. So again, if you do the maths, I'll let you guys, think about that one. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is I was able to get more for my money. And again, there's nothing wrong with other pieces of chicken. Like some people shy off things like thighs, but you don't actually know thighs. I know they got a little bit of fat on them, but that's absolutely fine. But that's where the taste and the flavors are.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know why. Why is it's got this bad fad because obviously it's more calorie dense. And if you're trying to build muscle, bang on, like, that's where you want to be.
Listen, fat makes food taste good. I ain't gonna lie. Listen, but again, like we say, you know what? Know your macros. Know your macros. Again, we'll get into that. But again, don't fear fat. You know what I mean? Don't fight it.
In general, don't fear food. Like, there's no need to cut things out unless you feel that you can't control yourself. But
Absolutely. If you can't control yourself, then listen, you get someone to help you control. This is
yeah,
where you need a coach. And again, this is where support comes in. Support system. I would always say anything you struggle in, you got two choices in life. You can either try to do it the hard way and maybe do it yourself, for example, or if you've got another way and say, you know what, I could learn off someone. Yes, you can learn from someone and learn much quicker. So you don't have to make those errors in judgment for yourself. So even for myself, I invested in a coach, and I've been getting mentored for probably the past couple of years, again, alongside with David. And this is how, again, we met. But I don't see, where I am, for example, some coaches working together, and this is where I see, some PT trying to eat each other. It's like the lion's den or the lion's pit. But again, we can all be lions, and again, remember, we can all hunt together, man. That's the beauty of it. See, lions hunt in packs.
at the end of the day, two heads are better than one there. And
Exactly. And again, this is where community. So if you've got a community of lions and you've got a community of lionesses, again, it's all working together. Everyone plays a key role, and we can always take something from each other, and that's the beauty of it. And our indifference is again that makes the beauty of us being different, but again bringing some culture and diversity. Do you know what I mean? Even with training, for example, man. I've trained with a lot of people, and I was actually saying, funny enough, to one of my clients earlier on today, I was saying I picked up a lot of things from a lot of people, even when I came other coaches, and I will always think, you know what? Whatever I can learn, I'll spend my time and make sure that I can get as much information about that subject. That way, then I can take something from that and I can make it my own. But I'll keep on improving and building up my library. So I look at it like a library, like my artillery. So that's like my arsenal. So I'm like, okay, I need to have all of these things by improving myself, whether I'm improving myself with my mindset from reading and focusing on things like that, or if it's my nutrition, making sure that I'm treating my body with the right respect and feeding it food that's going to make myself feel better and be more energized and boost me up. And last but not least, making sure that I'm exercising, or as I like to call it, movement. You can't spell motion without emotion. So when we move, we feel better. So guys, move.
Move more, you're going to feel a lot more energetic. You're going to increase blood flow and oxygen around the body, and you're going to get some vitamin D when you go outside.
Mm-hmm.
You know, these are things. And also drink enough water. If you're watching this on YouTube,
Got my water right here. Listen, stay thirsty. That's all I say. Make sure you hydrate.
absolutely.
You know what I mean? Even in the morning, guys, remember I always say hydrate before you caffeinate.
That's what I say, yeah, definitely. But yeah, cool. Well, I think we're going to wrap that one up now anyway. So that is podcast episode number 1.
Thank you guys for tuning in. And you know what? It's been a pleasure. And I think just overall, just discussing everything and being able to educate people and give our audience something which they can listen to weekly and know that, you know what, I can listen to this when I go for my walk. I can listen to this when I'm working out. But more importantly, remember, make sure you're always educating yourself. So stay tuned in and make sure you stay here.
Once again, anyway, this is obviously Coach David and
Coach Fungai here. And I would like to say, guys, thank you for tuning in. Wherever and whenever you're listening and where from, I'd like to say good morning, good afternoon, and good night. And thank you for listening to the Fitness Nugget podcast.
if you have any questions that you'd like us to also go over in the podcast for future episodes, then just make sure you reach out to us on our Instagram accounts. Again, once again, at Coach David UK.
And mine at FUNGAI Fitness. That's Fungai Fitness, Instagram. Guys, thank you very much. And we really appreciate it. And please support, like, share, get it out there. The Fitness Nugget podcast. We are here, guys, and we're here for you. Thank you and good night.
Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.